Hey, what's going on, beautiful family? It's just Sister Michelle here, dropping another video for you all. Hadn't dropped one in a little bit. I dropped one the other day, so I'm going to drop another one today. Wishing you nothing but love and light on your beautiful journeys. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're feeling in the comment section. I hope you're doing well. Your sister loves you so much. You know what I'm saying? Today has been a good day for me. I went around my family, spent time with my grandparents, who, by the way, let me drop this to you. God is good. When you do good stuff by people, and you live by God's rules, whatever God is to you, and you're just good to people no matter what, you will be abundantly blessed. Trust me, my grandparents are some of the greatest people to everybody, not just me. They're kind-hearted, good, loving, Christian people, and they love everybody, every race, everything. And guess what? They have put in the work as good people. My father is 91 years old. My grandmother, I call them mother and father. My grandmother is 88, almost 89 years old. And they're still living. They're up and about doing their thing, okay? They live the right kind of life. And if you see them right now, fam, you would not believe they're the age they are. They probably look like they're in their 70s, but never 90. Never 91 and almost 90. No. That's one thing I learned. People tend to end up looking like how they behave during their lifetime. A lot of people end up looking just like they have treated people their whole lifetime. You have seen people that were beautiful in their teens, but they were terrible people. You see them now, honey, you go on Facebook and stuff like that. A lot of those people, they look like death walking. And you're looking at them like, okay, we're the same age, but you look 20 years older than me. You look worn out and everything else in between. It happens because it's not... I always tell you, external means nothing. Your interior, beauty is as beauty does. Narcissistic individuals, that's why most of them, as they get older, they get worse, but they also tend to look so bad, okay? Because of their behavior. I strongly believe that, and I know it to be true. How you live your life is how you externally, eventually, God lets it show up in the presence of you. You can only hide for so long. But anyway, let's get on the topic real quick, okay, y'all? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the spiritual Hoover. Let's talk about the spiritual Hoover. We know narcissists Hoover all the time. That's their favorite tactic. Discard, Hoover, come back around. We already know. If you know about narcissism, I don't have to tell you because you already know. The bastards always Hoover around. They should Hoover around. They're a bunch of vampire bats. Don't bats Hoover. But anyway, YouTube don't block me. Happy Halloween to y'all. You see my hat? But anyway, yes, let's talk about that. Let me tell you something about the spiritual Hoover. The spiritual Hoover is this, and I know you probably experienced it. The instant that you get the strength and you're living in a perfect example of what your life should be to you. You've been through your healing journey. You're working on yourself. You are coming out of this toxicity. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, this individual shows up. Now, here's the funny thing about it. That's why you know it's spiritual. It might be months, even years, that it takes you to get to a certain position. And as soon as you get to that platform and that level in your life and your peace, here they come. That's why I always tell people this is spiritual. It's demonic. It's evil. It's not a God thing because God does not want you to destroy, no matter what you call God to be. God does not come into your life to bring you more pain and confusion. He comes to bring you peace and happiness. Narcissists do not bring us that. But spiritually, they hoover you on a spiritual level. Because let me tell you something. I know this to be true. If you don't believe that there is spiritual stuff behind a narcissist, their evil spirit, heal. Get better. Get to a space where you haven't talked to them in months or whatever the case, years, weeks, or whatever. And the moment you get that peace, here they come. And here's the dangerous part about it. That's how you know it's so evil. Is that once you get there, because it happened to me. Once you really get to that position, a narcissist will definitely then come back and tell you everything that you've been wanting them to say to you at that particular moment. Now, they've hoovered you before. They've done all this stuff. But once you start getting out of the web and you go on, they come back with the things you always wanted. Now they want to go on vacation. Now they want to marry you. Now you're the one they always took advantage of. Now they see their wrongs. Now God has showed them the light. Not the God we serve, but anyway, God has showed them the light. They realize all the transgressions they put against you. Now I'm going to love you correctly. They tell you everything that you've been longing to get from them for years that they would not give you. They would not give you. Now here it is on a silver platter. Well, that's the only way they know, demonic forces know, to break your whole walls down is to be able to do that to people. Because guess what? Narcissists know this one thing. They know they deprive of us of everything that we ever wanted. It's intentional. So they know that. So they also know spiritually when you're in a position of getting peace. When you're in a position of finally saying, okay, enough is enough. I don't need you in my life. I'm doing so much better without you. And if you're not careful, here they come. It's like they have a tracking device on your soul. But in so many ways, they actually do. But of course, if you have God in your life, whatever, that's your ultimate protection. You don't have to worry about it. And when they do this, you can fall weak to it, but you got to keep on praying through it. Because what they're serving, who their father is, and the demonic things that they do, they are in tune to you. They are definitely in tune to you spiritually. Because, see, the enemy doesn't want nothing more for you to stay in the position, hurt, confused, going right back to where you came from. But this time it's even worse because now you're even mad at yourself for going back and you fell for the okie doke. Now you feel foolish. Now they can sit back and laugh and say, yeah, see, I got him. Got him. I know they were at peace. They were getting over me. I am going to come back now and give them everything they want to hear. I'm going to play the game to the T. And as soon as they fall for this, I'm out again. I'm going to abuse them again. I'm going to abuse you even worse because you have the nerve to try to get out and get away from me. How dare you? That is how they say. That is how they say things. That's how they do things. Period, point blank. The spiritual Hoover is real. Be aware of that. Never fall for that. I did. Listen to you, sister. I fell for the spiritual Hoover. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of what I mean. I remember being really, really in a positive space. Done. Over. Working on myself. I think, to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you the truth, fam. I was in a position, I think one of the best times after the relationship, right? That I had at that moment. I was like, I was getting up. I had energy. I was doing things different. I was moving different. I was seeing life so different at the time. Hadn't heard from this individual in months and months on end. Thinking, okay, good. It's done. It's over. I am thriving. And the instant I done that really, really got to that position, I got hoovered. And the Hoover came out of nowhere. And I was like, why now? Like, when I was really having a hard time, and maybe probably would have fell into the web of it, you weren't thinking about me when I was struggling. Now that I'm at peace, here you are. And not only that, the individual came back and said to me, you're everything I ever wanted. You're everything. I love you so much. I lost you. What was I thinking? I want you back. Da-da-da-da. Back in the day, didn't know what I was doing. Okay, whatever. I fell for it. It threw me off of all of my peace. It was good for the first week. You know how it works. Then all of a sudden, slowly but surely, the distance, the silent treatment, the blame shifting, you know what I'm saying? It all came back. Tenfold almost. It didn't even last but that long. But by that time, the demon's job had been done. Come and disturb you, get you all messed up. Once I see it's happening, it's working, I'm gone again. Let's see. I'm ready for the next round. That's how they think about it. I'm going to go for another round. I've hurt them again. I've destroyed them. They're going to go through the healing journey again. They're going to get in a certain position. And once I feel it spiritually again, I'm going to try it again. Be careful with that spiritual Hoover. Because it's real. You a lot of times be thinking to yourself, how do they know that I'm in a good space? I haven't talked to them. How do they even know that I'm at a point that I want, like 99%? See, that 1% will get you. I'm 99% out of here. But they wait for that 1%. And a lot of times that 1% is what gets you. It gets you every time. That's why narcissists always say, if I could just get you to talk to me, just even talk to me, I got you. And they are spiritually guided to do just that to you. It's not love. It's none of those things. It's not missing you. All the stuff they tell you is a lie. They are spiritually guided by something that is not God. That says this person does have a godly space in them right now. This person is being guided divinely to peace. And what they serve and how they move tells them, yeah, that's absolutely true. But let's go in here and see if we can try this one more time. And if you fall for it, you know exactly what you get. Be careful with the spiritual Hoover. And what I want you to understand is, if you get to a point where you really are starting to feel good and you really are starting to see things, forest for the trees, you are finally picking yourself up. You're getting up every day with a different perspective and a different love for life and appreciating that you're not in this. Be careful. Be aware. Don't fall weak in your journey, and don't stop praying and asking God or divine or whatever you believe in to keep this person out. See, that's what I did. I did all the work and it was great, right? I was doing all the work on myself. But the one thing I didn't do at that moment, I do it now, was saying, now in this journey, I'm here, God, no matter what you call it to be. Now I need you to work overtime and keep them completely away and shield me from this. So when you're doing the work for yourself, it's great. It's wonderful. That's what you're supposed to do. But you got to extra armor yourself with asking whatever you believe in to say, I'm here now. And whatever this person is going to try to do to me or come into my space, block it from me. You have to be very, very deliberate about it. You have to be specific, because demonic spirits like that, they know that you haven't asked for that. They know that you're there, but you're not 100% there. Because demons like that know once you really get there, you pray them out of existence. You beg for God or whatever to make sure they never come back. And if they try, they should fail every time they come your way. So be resilient. Remember that. While you're healing, do that. While you're feeling good, absolutely do that. Your sister wants nothing more. But also remember to pray spiritually, not only for your own self, but that whatever this was, it's never going to be able to infiltrate you again. Because if you're not specific, that's the one thing they will come and slither through the cracks and do to you. Listen to your sister. I love you so much because I've been there, done it. I'm telling you, your sister did it. Went back like a fool and got dogged again. They always say you find a fool, play a fool. But the biggest fool is a narcissist, especially when it comes to your spirituality and your relationship with God, whatever that may be. Ask God to guide everything about you and also guide this individual from never being able to infiltrate you again. The spiritual Hoover is real, y'all. It's very real. They're just waiting for the moment that they get 1% to try to play you again. And they know exactly when to do it because their father, Satan, I said it, he sits and waits, and he uses them as a vessel to do just that. Okay? Love you so much. Keep your head up. Keep the faith. Keep praying. And guess what? Don't fall for that spiritual Hoover. But guess what? I hate to tell you. If you're not careful, it's coming. They're sitting there waiting on you. That's some scary stuff. It's Halloween time. You're talking about scary stuff during Halloween. What's scary is that a person is sitting there waiting like a solitary bat in the trees for the opportunity to bring you down again. But we ain't having that 2024 no narc zone. I love y'all so much. Happy Halloween.